Elizabeth Smart in her first sit-down interview since getting word of release of one of her kidnappers. Wanda Barzee is all set to be freed tomorrow after Utah officials determined that they miscalculated the 72-year-old prison sentence. Barzee and Brian David Mitchell were convicted for their roles in Smart's abduction and captivity that lasted for 9 months beginning in 2002. In an interview that you'll see only on CBS This Morning, Elizabeth opens up about how Barzee's coming release changed her. Do you still believe that she's a danger? Why do you feel that way?
I do believe she's still a danger. Through my sources, I've heard that she's still carrying around this book of Revelations that Brian Mitchell wrote that said that he should kidnap me, and not just kidnap me, but 6 other young girls, and that we'd all be his wives. Clearly, she hasn't let it go.
According to the justice system, she has served her time despite the miscalculation that was made. And people could say, but that's the way our justice system works. She did a terrible crime. She has paid the price. What do you say about that?
I would say this whole circumstance has really given me a greater appreciation and understanding for how all of those thousands of victims whose cases never even make it to court, whose perpetrators are walking free from the day that they violated them or raped them or kidnapped them or hurt them in any way, and nothing was ever done. And this case did. This case did receive some measure of justice, but I think it's given me a greater compassion and understanding for how all of those victims and survivors must feel. And it makes me really think that I don't think that this justice system is a victim's system.
You've also said that you're grateful for the experience. Help us understand that.
I mean, it changed me as a person. I wouldn't have the voice that I have today. I wouldn't have the compassion or the empathy that I have today. I wouldn't understand what it's like to, walk the proverbial mile in their shoes. But I have been there. I do know what it's like.
When you first went back home, did you live in a state of fear? Were you constantly concerned about your safety?
I was still concerned, but I wasn't consumed.
I like that, concerned but not consumed. You're a very private person, but you decided to share this story in hopes that it would help others.
For years after I was rescued, I didn't want anyone to know what had happened. Truthfully, I think I was ashamed and I was embarrassed. I didn't want people to know that I'd been raped. I think I got to a point where I just felt like this is not okay. No survivor should feel like they have to hide what happened to them. And so if I need to be the girl who's known for being kidnapped and raped, then so be it. If it's going to help promote change and if it's going to help other survivors move forward with their lives and not feel ashamed of what's happened, fine, I'll do it.
I think that's a powerful thing she said that she didn't want anybody to know. And then she starts thinking, why am I the one that's ashamed?
Yeah.
She tells really horrible stories about them coming home with the flyers with her picture on it, laughing, saying, everybody's looking for you, but they're never going to find you because we have you, and you're never going to get away from here. And she started thinking about her life and thinking how she could help others. And now she's married. She's been married for a while. She's 30 years old, guys. She's got 2 children. She's 7.5 months pregnant now. And she says she's happier now than she's ever been.
I feel like she's found a place for this. As she said to you that phrase, I'm concerned, but I'm not consumed by it. And isn't that great to think you could be in that place about something that is troubling you and what she's been through in her life now that this woman who is so sick and abusive.
Despicable, really, both of them. But it's interesting you picked up on that, too, because when she said that the hairs on the back of my neck stood up, concerned but not consumed. She's a very smart, very poised, very capable woman who's going to do great things and is doing great things.
Is doing lots
I like her very much.
And when she said that this experience, when she talked about all the great benefits of this experience, it reminded me of John McCain, who said his 5 years in prison, you know, that he wouldn't have changed that because of the person that made him to be. To be able to take that kind of experience and use it as a rock to stand on is a real amazing achievement.
And forgive. You know, she says, I've forgiven. I don't give them any thought. I've forgiven and I've moved on. Moved on.
Really good interview, Gayle. Thank you.
Thanks.